Well, I'm glad everybody's here. Just want to start off with got a big challenge for us in USC today. We'll have practice and do some things on the floor, not a lot. Do some personnel. We'll talk about what we need to do. We'll go over film from last night, try to make some corrections. And then we'll try to get ready to play. We'll leave. We'll practice tomorrow too in the morning. And we'll leave and get there about 2. But they're good. They're a good team. They're a little bit better than they were last year, and we didn't play well here. We weren't able to score the ball last year against them. They got some veteran guys. They're playing Jacobs now in the backcourt starting. It used to be a bench player with McLaughlin, who's they're very, very good backcourt. And then Stewart's their other starting guard. And then they're pretty big. They got veteran guys there. They got the Boatwright kid that was highly regarded, so he's a freshman, but he's a good player. So we'll have our hands full. We got to try to stop dribble penetration and stop their transition. But it's like I told the guys, the easiest way to stop transitions, take good shots and score a lot of baskets. So if we can execute and do that, we'll be fine. So like our team, like where we are, big challenge for us. And excited to see where our guys are on the road, even though people don't realize and nobody wants to talk about it. Winning at New Mexico State's not easy, even though we've done it 8 straight times. It's a physical game. It's a tough game. It's a draining game. So this will be another challenge for us in LA, and should be fun. No, I just think that's their strength. I think that's what they try to do. They try to get in the paint. They come at you with those 2 guards, and Jacobs is real strong. I've known him for a really long time. Matter of fact, Cullen works out with him in the summer in Vegas, and he's a great kid. I'm just happy that he's playing at this high level because he works at it. He cares about it. And then McLaughlin is a kid we recruited out of high school, played with Tim Miles, and he's very, very good. He's one of the top guards in the league. So that's their strength, and that's what we got to stop.
Do you guys have a sense right now of comparing anything to last year's whole season maybe?
Right.
Do you do much of that? Or
not really.
Is it just
try not to. Try to forget a lot.
Is there much to take from last year's game?
Yeah, I think you take a lot from last year's game, what we can do and how we guarded things, and they do some similar things. It's just like all coaches do. I mean, we've done the same thing for 9 years, and, I mean, people know what we're going to do. It just doesn't mean you can stop it. So we're going to try to do some things that we did last year that was productive, and we'll see what happens. They're starting a total different starting lineup, so it's different. They're starting a freshman, and like I said, Jacobs is starting. So, and the big kid in the middle, the Serbian kid, he's really, really good. So it'll be a challenge for us, and then they come off the bench with Ryan Hart, who played at Vegas, and we know him well, and he's a really good player too.
Do you have any sense that this is a team, since a lot of your guys are so young, that even just 3 games in, people are starting to really realize that this is a much better team? Are they starting to think about that a little too much? Or
our guys or people? Think about what?
Are they starting to think that we're pretty good, and as it's shown in practice?
I just think they've always thought they're pretty good. That's just the sense I get. I mean, not just being around them. That's why I thought after last year, when we practiced, I thought we were going to be good. And we got through it and we had a down year, but I thought we were going to be good because I had guys that are going to work at it, and I had the 4 guys coming in that were freshmen, and I think those guys believe. I think the most impressive thing about this group is they're fun. They're fun to watch. They're fun. I mean, they love to play. They got great chemistry, and it's just going to get better. So, I'm just excited about the team. It's just a fun group to be around.
Coach, is there a courageous part of your team dig deep when you really need it? Do they have that personality?
Well, Henry, I think if you went through the day we went through yesterday, I think our guys have that because, when you have to tell your team that one of their brothers can't play the game again, that's not fun. And that's not, you got a bunch of somber guys, but, they picked it up and played as hard as they could play to honor Devon, and it was impressive. And I told him that after the game. I said, I've never seen a group do this. So that was the impressive part of it.
As far as being versatile, you took your
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go back to every press conferences I've had this year, but I've said we got a lot of weapons, and they're going to have to pick their poison, and sometimes they're going to pick the wrong poison. And, I think Porter did a good job. I mean, it's the same thing that I would have done. I would have said, oh, they got two guards that are averaging 20 points. Let's see what the other guys can do, and if they can make plays that the guards were not going to let them do, and those guys did. They showed that they can make plays. I think Tim Williams showed he can score it. I think Tim Williams showed he can catch it. I think he showed he can pass it. And, the unique thing, it's funny, and everybody wants to laugh at me, but I kept seeing something with Obach the last 3 or 4 weeks to a month, and I said, he's not catching the ball well. He's not, he just can't see it. He'll be like right here, and he'll miss a rebound like that, or he'll get it tapped. It's because he needed glasses. And we got him contacts. He just got tested on Tuesday, got contacts, and then looked a lot easier for him last night. Looked like he caught the ball a lot better, looked like he finished a lot better, looked like he's a little bit more focused. And that's just a pride thing. Some kids don't, they probably didn't have glasses where he grew up, contacts, and he just didn't want to ask. He thought everything was normal, and he had reading glasses, but I said, we got to get him checked. Corey gets him checked. He can't see. So, that's just part of it, but I think that's going to help him. But I think last night you're going to see teams take those two guys out of it. You're going to see teams try to take Cullen out of it, take Tim Williams out of it, and then Elijah, Sam, guys like that. Then there's going to be some teams try to take Sam, and so you got to pick your poison with our team. I think we're pretty versatile, like you said, but I just think we have some guys that can score the ball.
Going back to Devon Williams, now you've had a day to think about what happened and reflect on it. Where do you see this affecting the team moving forward?
I really believe, it was funny because I just had him in our staff meeting. It was funny because I was asking him questions about the team, if that's too much time to practice or how are they going to feel. And he just kind of looking at me like, you got to talk now. You're a coach. You're going to help be a coach now. You got to learn what we do. And he was just in there laughing and helping. It was fun. But I think it's going to make our team stronger. I think we're going to miss him. You're talking about a kid who was averaging 7 points a game, probably could have had some big games for us this year, started 30 games for us last year, just loves it, loves being a Lobo. And I think one reason he came here, I know his mom and dad are here and his grandmother are here, I think one of the reasons you never wish this upon anybody. But I think the reason why his mom and dad trusted us or trusted me was that if anything like this happened, that we were going to take care of him. And I think our guys understand that. I think they're going to understand what he's going through. I think he'll be helpful to them, but I think they'll be helpful. I think he'll be helpful to them, but they'll also be helpful, through his process, which isn't going to be easy. So I think it's going to make our team stronger. I think it'll make them tougher. I think the biggest thing that, I told them they had to own it. And what I mean by own it, they got to take the responsibility that it's not given every day. And Devon's a perfect example that, you can wake up and it's gone. And I think our guys played like that there might not be another chance, and they played because he can't. And I think that's going to help our team.
What do you think about the way that it kind of united the team, the dedication on the shoes? Even out here in the huddle, you can hear him saying, let's do this with Devon. Just your thoughts on how it...
We got good guys. We got class kids. That's what we recruit. We recruit great character kids. We recruit guys that care about one another. Now, it's not always going to happen. You're going to have brotherly spats, but all in all, they get along. And, I wasn't surprised for anything. I was just surprised that yesterday, after I had a hard day and Devon left and his mom and dad and grandma left, I just thought it was funny. Cullen came in my office and he goes, Dad, do you care if we put Devon's initials on our shoes? I'm like, I don't care what y'all do. It's your team. But, just for them to send him in there to ask says about where their mindset is and what they're doing. And that's why I just think it's a special group and it's a fun group.
You had mentioned last night with Devon finishing the relocation and everything, some of the financing for just making sure that, be able to afford to go through. You mentioned getting some help with that last night.
Yeah, I think we're trying to do that. We had some of our 6-man members that, we just got to figure out what's legal and what's not legal. They're thinking about doing a fund We've got people stepping up that every three-pointer we'll make, they'll give $10. So we've just got to figure out from a logistic standpoint and what we can do to do that. But I know the school will take care of it. I'm not worried about – he gets all next year in graduate school paid for with his scholarship because he was going to be playing. He doesn't lose that. And then we'll just figure out his last year, which is not going to be difficult.
So when you say, just to be clear, I want to make sure you weren't joking.
I would pay for it.
No, I'm not that. When he's at a team meeting now.
He's not in a team meeting. He's in my meetings. He's in my meetings. Yeah, I told him. I said the only way he's not going to be out of staff meetings is if he's got schoolwork. But I just told him, and he'll vouch for it. I said, now, don't do the thing where you tell me you got schoolwork and you really don't have schoolwork and you don't show up for practice. And I don't think he'll do that. But here's what I want to do for him. I want him to take the next 4 or 5 months, and I want to figure out what he wants to do in life. And then we'll figure out what kind of graduate program we can get him into, and then we're going to start a great career for him. But if it's coaching, he's going to have all the resources if he wants to get in that. He'll be able to go in the video room with Ben, and he'll be able to come in our meetings. He'll be able to be with his teammates. He'll be able to help on the floor. The thing with Devon, he's fine. He could go out and run a mile, 2 miles, whatever. It's just to take a chance of getting hit again. That's the problem. He's perfectly healthy. He's perfectly strong. He looks great, but he can do some things on the floor with us with passing. He can help us with the big guys. He's going to be involved. Now, how much he's involved is going to be on how much academic strain he has because he's trying to get his degree and we're getting him ready for graduate school. I'm probably going to take him on my side now because he makes them. So he's probably going to be a staff member now. He's got 2 makes, and he's got more than any of us, doesn't he? So I'm just going to make a general manager decision. Oh, Cody. So he's going to be at the staff now. I'll let him stay at the guys because they'll want him.
Was there anything, Coach, that stood out about the reaction you got from some of your colleagues, from coaches across the country or national media?
No, he was. I accepted it. I feel bad because I couldn't get back to everybody. I got back to his high school coach. I talked to his high school coach right after we made the decision. I talked to Steve. I talked to Dwayne. I talked to most of the guys. I talked to Lamont. I talked to some guys that were close to the situation. And, and then I just couldn't get back to everybody. That's why, I talked to Marvin after the fact because he called me the next morning. But we had a lot of calls, a lot of texts. It's just you can't get back to everybody. But, no, I didn't. It wasn't shocking. It's just the coaching community. It's the way it is. I think they understand and they feel for kids like I do. It's just part of it. But it was great to see that and feel that. So, it's just a bad situation.